Is American food safe?
There's no question America has the safest food supply in the world. Having said that, though, we can build a process to have safer products that are imported and produced domestically. And what we're seeing with the Food Safety Modernization Act is an opportunity to introduce preventive controls across a variety of food products.
How will the Food Safety Modernization Act affect the states and state policies?
Well, it's going to have an impact on the states. We know the challenge of building a food safety program at a national level is really going to be successful if we actually implement a system. And a system means full engagement of our state and local partners in the processes and the regulatory aspects of that, the enforcement aspects of that, the educational aspects of that, and working hand in hand with industry.
With the changes at the state level, with the less resources, less people available, less personnel available, are states going to be able to implement the Food Safety Modernization Act?
That's a real good question, Doug. We know that over the last 2 years, the associations are telling us there's been a tremendous loss of resources at the state and local level. And the Food Safety Modernization Act is going to require a significant amount of resources. The good thing about the passage of the law is it actually gives FDA now the ability to invest in our state and local programs in a variety of areas. And so although we've started that process of increasing our investment in state and local programs, we know that we're going to have to increase the amount even that we're investing today to be successful.
What are some of the major themes that you would like state legislators to know about the Food Safety Modernization Act?
Well, obviously there are several rules in this that, as it would relate to production of food products, that requires preventive controls. That's food for humans, that's food for animals, that's products that are for produce, and we know that we grow a lot of produce in this country. Many of those produce items are geographically dispersed across the country, meaning some states grow different commodities and different products. And we also know that every state in the nation receives imported foods. And what we need support for from the state programs is ensuring that your states are participating in the educational programs in the training, taking advantage of the monetary opportunities that we're affording our states to increase their laboratory accreditation, to grow their processes on response through the rapid response teams, to invest in the monies that we're spending on the retail programs as well, which have been heavily hit by some of the decreases in funding at the state and local level, as well as taking advantage of other funding opportunities for the quality control programs that we're working with our states to implement.
How has the Food Safety Modernization Act been received by the business and by the agribusiness industry and our food industry? Are they welcoming these changes? Are they feeling these changes are being intrusive? What's been your experience with this?
We've seen many of the national associations actually embrace these preventive controls regulations. They know that the technology's there today to actually begin to identify what some of the control processes would be, whether it's food for human or food for animals. And so as we move to more of a preventive control realm that is actually really the foundation of the Food Safety Modernization Act, the major associations have embraced it, they have supported it. We've seen that same level of support from the consumer groups as well as the states and locals as well. And so we're thankful for that support. It's one reason it passed through Congress, and we're going to continue to need that support as we implement these new laws and new rules.
And finally, what would be the three major things that state legislators should know about FDA's efforts in this area and FDA's efforts on the Food Safety Modernization Act?
Well, what we have done in implementing the Food Safety Modernization Act, working with our states and local and tribal and territorial partners, is coming together so that we can understand what are some of the core business processes, some of the very simple things: conducting joint investigations, conducting joint inspections, conducting joint work planning processes, building a process in which we evaluate our post-response after-action processes and such as that, and then meeting with our state and local partners to understand where we can best invest our money and resources to get the best return on investment. And so what we hope that the state's legislatures will understand, that we're going to be truly successful in creating and maintaining the safest food supply in the world, It's going to require that the states and local jointly participate and are engaged in every bit of this. And so we hope that the state legislatures will continue to support your program involvement, your program investment, and understanding that if we're going to be successful, it'll be something that we do together, not apart.